That's it.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. I think the turning point for us was Gorky leaving our game. We just broke down. He is the guy we have to have on the court at all times. This team, and I've coached a lot of teams that gave great effort, coached a lot of ones that gave great effort in this building. But I've never coached a team that is willing to give the effort that this team gives. Unfortunately, there's no moral victories. We struggled shooting the basketball tonight. We forced a lot of turnovers, but didn't make them pay. And we didn't do a good job on the backboard with Gorky out of the game because, Gorky's one thing, but then you're playing two 6-foot guards, and that doesn't help. Kyle didn't rebound the ball, so we really overmatched on the backboard tonight. But if our effort, if we can somehow get our execution to match our effort, we're going to have an outstanding ball club. So I'm real proud of our guys. I don't think I've ever coached a group of guys that have this much will to win. But you got to start shooting the ball better because if you work that hard and you get nothing out of it, it's very frustrating.
How much did
31-15 in the first half? Talk about the comeback of 13.
Well, I don't know every team in the country, but I don't think any team comes back like we do. I think because, again, it's just incredible willpower, incredible effort. We need that to win. The good thing about it is we're getting more bodies right now, so we don't have to worry about foul trouble. We can play people, so we're always going to, I think, make comebacks. We did the other night, but you can't always come back and win. You can come back and tie sometimes, but we'll come back. This is a very good basketball team. We fought them hard, but they were better than us.
Rick, how impressive was Russ to you, carrying you guys up?
He's impressive doing things with the ball. He's not impressive. He's got to start, at least go in there and hit somebody. He's standing, taking tickets on the perimeter. We're in a fight, 5 versus 4. And we're getting the hell beat out of us. And we need another guy to get in there and just hit somebody's knees. If you come up to their knees, hit somebody.
You get the tie at 40, go from there. You had it, you almost got over the hump.
Having Gorky not in the game hurts us. Hurts us. We're playing a guy coming off an ACL. Shane made he's a great guy. He made a big mistake in that game because he probably didn't realize the technical foul is also a personal foul. So we did a good job, but they're a really good basketball team. We didn't mind fouling Davis, and suddenly it looked like it was a shaky free throw. Now he looks like he's Jerry West on the line, so I don't know what happened there. But they got a really nice basketball team. They play together. They're tough to guard. They're going to go a long way this year.
Rebounding differential a lot to do with game.
Well, it is. Well, it's somewhat to do with it, but I would attribute it more to our small guards than even with Gorky, because if you look at Kyle, he didn't rebound the ball. What I told Kyle is you got to realize that he's no longer Kyle Cured to walk on from Evansville. He's on everybody's blackboard. The coaches are in the faces of all their players, and you give one shot, and then you're coming out of the game. And so he's got to learn to do more now, and he's not getting that done. He needs to rebound the basketball.
Did you expect the game, because it's a rivalry, to be as tightly called by the refs as it was today?
This is a good rivalry. We only had one incident a couple of years ago by something I didn't appreciate, but outside that's always been a good rivalry. It's respect. Two teams play hard. Tonight it wasn't good offense. It was hard-nosed defense, but nobody's fighting and nobody's trash talking. It's two teams that have respect for the other team's abilities, and it's a good rivalry. It's like North Carolina Duke. Two good teams that battle it out.
What was your message to the team?
I just said you're giving great effort, but you're not getting your fruits for your labor, and you got to understand why. And if you don't do something about the why, then if you're just working hard and you're getting the hell beat out of you every night, it's sort of like I forgot that fighter's name who got the hell beat out of him all the time, and he came and he had a lot of moral victories. Yeah, Chuck Webber. You look like Chuck Webber after coming home, and by the time you're 40 or 50, you look like Henny.
Rick, that's 2 in a row, and you guys, it's been close, and good
Listen,
teams.
We're going to fight this year to make the tournament. We're going to fight for a good seed because we have to play Kentucky on the road, St. John's. If any of you watched Seton Hall play last night, on the road, West Virginia, Pitt, Syracuse, Marquette. It's just worked that way. I don't know why it worked that way, but all the great teams in our conference this year, we have to play on the road. And then now you include one of the premier teams in the country, Kentucky, on the road. So we got to work it out for us, but I feel very good because these guys are going to fight to the finish.
Are they as long as a team as maybe you'll face all year?
Yeah, they're long, and they put you in situations that they may miss the shots. I thought we did a lot of good things to them defensively, but we made a lot of bonehead plays. Like the first play of the game, we got a wide open layup. I don't know what we were doing. And then, you know, like Payton's reminds me of when I had this Kentucky team. I told him Smoky Walker's a good shot blocker. And after 10 blocked shots, I said, now will you guys listen? He's going to block the shot. And it was like Payton coming down to Anthony Davis. He's going to block the shot. So those are things we'll get better at. But I'm really happy with the guys. It's going to be a good New Year's.
When you were here, you taught man-to-man so well, and you kind of evolved now with this pretty ferocious matchup. John, talk about what that's been like.
It really is man-to-man. It really is man-to-man, but we're trying to confuse people the first 15 seconds so the man-to-man is not as good. And that's when your man-to-man is good. When the team has 28 seconds to run, 8 seconds in the backcourt or so. So we try to heat them up in the backcourt, try to get them to make a mistake, try to wear them out, then try to confuse them. And the third level is try and stop them. Unfortunately, we're doing all three levels and we're not getting to the fourth, and that's block out, get the rebound. So, you know, we are slowing them up, turning them over, we are confusing them, we are getting them to miss the shot, but we're fouling too much and we're not blocking out. So it's going for us, it's going well for us right now. We just got to get, I think maybe Stephen Ventries could help a little bit when he gets back, whenever that is.
How are their spirits? How are their spirits?
I think they're down, and we felt we could win this game. We felt it was a winnable game, and not because we don't respect Kentucky, but we knew we were going to be in the game. We knew we'd fight back. But they're very, very good. It's a tough environment to play in. This is like Las Vegas was great, but this is awesome for us to play in this environment because you're not going to, you know, Pitt is good, Syracuse is good, those environments, but this is one of the premier environments in basketball. And if you can fight tooth and nail, come out, you'll know what the road is all about. So it's great. I don't want to do it too many times. I don't want to go home and home the same year, but it's good for us.
Rick, have you ever had a game with so many players in foul trouble so early?
You know, I'm sure that they got some fouls called on them that weren't warranted. We got, you know, I thought Peyton and the guy are going for the ball, and they both smash into each other. It's just that two teams play really, really hard and physical, and they call it. You know, I watched the game last night that nobody could even cut because everybody was stopping cutters and it was physical. It looked like a football game. And the directive was sent out this year that you got to have freedom to cut, you got to have freedom to move.
Do you think your guys just aren't making shots, contested shots, or?
Well, I think, Rick, tonight, I really think sometimes we just work so hard on defense that maybe you don't have your legs on offense. You know, and it happens at times. You know, a guy like Russ is gasping for air. He can't even answer me. He's so worn out. But he's still diving, he's still clawing. He's a very unique basketball player. He almost set the assist record of playing the most minutes without one.
One more for Coach.
Rick, do you feel like maybe there's some fallout from the Cincinnati Xavier situation where referees might be?
No, I think there were fouls. I really do. I kept saying to our guys, you fouled it. You fouled it. Now the one with Peyton and this one, maybe not. Maybe there was another one, but they're fouls. And if you don't call, you know what's made the NBA game better? We watch. If you ever watch some of the old films of teams play, like when Wilt and those guys played, if somebody cuts, you never see the defense touch the man on cuts. And that's why back then, I mean, I had a New York Knicks team that averaged 116.8 points per game. When all the fouling came in on every cut and on every play, all of a sudden I was on a committee in the NBA that what would foster scoring. They talked about 8 seconds in the backcourt, which they passed. They talked about zone. Well, the problem was we weren't calling any fouls. Fouls stop the clock. You go to the line, and that's what has enhanced scoring somewhat in the NBA. But if you don't let guys cut, you don't let guys move, then how do you enhance scoring? That's why the ACC really plays outside of Florida State. They really play in Virginia. They play open basketball, and you're allowed to cut and you're allowed to move. The referees don't let you do that. In the Big East, it's warfare.
Far away from being a well-executed team, are you?
I think we're going to be a very good team. I think this is the least amount of practices I've ever had as a basketball coach with a team. The least amount. And, you know, I think Peyton missed 27 days. The guys, you don't mind a guy missing 5 to 7 days, but 27 days, 25 days. So I think we're going to be a very good team. I just hope this schedule doesn't devour us in the interim. So we just got to focus in on St. John's. Kentucky's a great ball team. They're going to. This is the team I've liked the most, in just being a fan, that I've watched in the last 5-6 years of Kentucky. There's no, take this the right way, there's no distractions in terms of a guy like Michael Gilchrist is one of the nicest young men you're around. He plays every possession as if he's going to die tomorrow. And then you've got the other young man, Anthony Davis, is a great, terrific young man. So they're all great guys playing together, and they play hard. What they got to hope is that they don't ever go through, and I hope they never do, what we go through with injuries, because that's their Achilles heel, which is okay, because they get away with playing 70 minutes. So this is, I think, one of the better teams because they shoot it, they make free throws, they rebound the basketball, they pass the basketball. It's outstanding ball. Everybody have a Happy New Year.
We're going to bring Russ Smith right here. The rest of you can go in the locker room.